The mystery of Kennedy's assassination. Who was behind the conspiracy? Few events in modern history have sparked as much controversy, speculation, and conspiracy theories as the assassination of President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963. Officially, Lee Harvey Oswald was identified as the lone gunman, acting alone when he fired 3 shots from the Texas School Book Depository in Dallas, Texas. However, many Americans and researchers have long believed that JFK's death was not the work of a single man, but the result of a much deeper political conspiracy. Who really wanted Kennedy dead, and why? 1. The lone gunman theory. The official narrative. The Warren Commission, the official government investigation into Kennedy's assassination, concluded in 1964 that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone, firing 3 shots from a 6th-floor window of the Texas School Book Depository. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. This helps the YouTube algorithm promote our videos. Thank you so much. And now we continue our story. According to their findings, Oswald, a former U.S. Marine and self-proclaimed Marxist, had defected to the Soviet Union in 1959 before returning to the U.S. in 1962. He had no clear political affiliation, but had expressed anti-American and pro-communist views. The commission determined that a single bullet, later called the magic bullet, wounded both Kennedy and Texas Governor John Connally, explaining why only 3 shots were heard. Oswald was captured shortly after the shooting, but was murdered 2 days later by Jack Ruby, a Dallas nightclub owner, before he could stand trial. But many Americans never accepted this version of events. The idea that a single shooter with no clear motive could kill the most powerful man in the world in broad daylight seemed highly unlikely. This skepticism fueled decades of speculation and conspiracy theories. 2. The Mafia. A revenge plot? One of the most widely discussed theories is that Kennedy was killed by the Mafia. The reasoning: JFK's younger brother, Robert F. Kennedy, was serving as Attorney General and had launched a major campaign against organized crime, threatening the power of Mafia leaders like Sam Giancana and Carlos Marcello. The mob had allegedly helped JFK win the 1960 election by securing votes in key states like Illinois, but now felt betrayed by the Kennedy administration. Jack Ruby, the man who killed Oswald, had ties to organized crime, leading some to believe he was ordered to silence Oswald before he could talk. Could the Mafia have orchestrated the perfect political hit? If so, did they work alone, or were they collaborating with more powerful forces? 3. The CIA. A rogue operation. Another major theory suggests that Kennedy was assassinated by elements within the CIA, who viewed him as a threat to U.S. national security. JFK was deeply distrustful of the CIA after their failed Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961, a botched attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro in Cuba. After the failure, Kennedy fired CIA Director Allen Dulles and vowed to shatter the CIA into 1,000 pieces. Some believe rogue CIA operatives, possibly working with Cuban exiles, angry about Kennedy's handling of Cuba, decided to eliminate him. The House Select Committee on Assassinations, HSCA, which reopened the investigation in the 1970s, concluded that there was likely a conspiracy, but did not officially name the CIA as a suspect. 4. The military-industrial complex. Kennedy's secret war. Another theory points to Kennedy's stance on war as a possible motive for his assassination. JFK was reportedly planning to pull U.S. troops out of Vietnam, a move that would have cost defense contractors billions. His speech on September 17, 1963, expressed his desire for peace and de-escalation of conflicts, which directly oppose the interests of the Pentagon and defense industry. Some believe that elements within the military-industrial complex, powerful figures in the defense sector, saw Kennedy as a threat to their global influence and needed him removed. Did high-ranking generals and war profiteers conspire to eliminate the one man standing in the way of U.S. involvement in Vietnam? 5. The Soviet Union and Cuba. A Cold War conspiracy? Given that Oswald had defected to the Soviet Union, some believe that the USSR or even Fidel Castro's Cuba were involved in the assassination. The Cuban Missile Crisis, 1962, brought the US and the USSR to the brink of nuclear war. Some theorists suggest Castro had a personal vendetta against JFK for trying to have him assassinated. However, if either country had been involved, it risked triggering World War III, making this theory less likely. Still, the CIA actively tried to link Oswald to Soviet and Cuban operatives, raising suspicions that he was either being used or framed. The cover-up. Why so many questions remain? Despite decades of investigation, key questions remain. Why was evidence destroyed? Many records related to JFK's assassination were classified for decades, fueling suspicion. Why did Jack Ruby kill Oswald? Was it an act of vengeance or a calculated move to silence the assassin? Why did multiple witnesses die mysteriously? Several people who claimed to have knowledge of the assassination died under suspicious circumstances in the years that followed. Why did the government resist reopening the case? The Warren Commission's findings have been widely criticized, yet official efforts to reinvestigate have been limited. Even after 60 years, the truth behind Kennedy's assassination remains elusive. Conclusion: who really killed JFK? The assassination of John F. Kennedy was more than just the murder of a president. It was an event that shook the foundations of American democracy and left the nation searching for answers. Was it a lone gunman, as the official story claims, or was it a coordinated conspiracy involving the Mafia, the CIA, or even the military-industrial complex? The truth may never be fully revealed, but one thing is certain. JFK's death changed the course of history, and the mystery surrounding it continues to fascinate and haunt the world to this day.